I've not even done my water part. I'm not even ready. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Lazy Mini Painting. I am Laz, the strange person who is going to be talking to you all evening. Thank you very much for coming if you've come or if you just arrived late. Anyway, thank you very much. I am late because the Dawn of War 4 trailer was dropping. This probably only just finished now and I've missed a bit of it. Waiting for it took bloody ages, and obviously decided to drop it just when I wanted to do something. So I was watching that, so I do apologise for being a little bit late. But we have a lot of work to do tonight. So let me come and join you over on portrait mode and turn it all down so I'm not echoing. I hope, anyway. And it also gives people a chance to come in as well, because obviously first minute is not necessarily people have managed to get here yet. What have I not done? What have I not got ready? That's the big question, isn't it? Because it's guaranteed I've not done something I've not got ready. But I can at least talk through the plan for tonight. What is the idea? And that's going to be to colour and stain and sort out the filler that we put on Monday. Then change the chat as well, you absolute idiot, so you can see everybody that comes in. Does help. So yes, hello to everybody who's here again. So we're going to stain all this filler that we put on Monday because it is now dry and ready to be stained the same colour as the rock facings, and then add some. Where have they gone? I saw them about 30 minutes ago. No, I say 30, about an hour and a half ago. There they are. We've got the grass tufts just to make it look like moss is growing out of, as well as the mixed herbs should we wish to add some PVA mixed herb mixture in there as well, same as what we did with the ruined buildings. Good evening, Ali and George. Welcome both of you in. Thank you very much for coming to join me. George, just in case you're not aware, or if you're happy watching it on the portrait mode, that's fine. On the shorts view, there is the same stream on a full view if you want to change over to there for your own convenience. Either way is fine. But hey, thank you very much for coming in. So yeah, we've got all that to do. Not only have we got all that to do, because we are coming close to I think we're coming close to the deadline I set myself. I have no idea if there's more than 52 of these sparkles and oaks, then I've gone over my deadline. I should really count them and find out, because that was supposed to be a year-long project, and I don't know how long I've taken now. So, as well as doing the part for the diorama to finish off this section, or at least start finishing off, we've also got two characters for tonight. We have the tiny little mushroom familiar man, who is extremely tiny and small, and is hard to even get into the camera. And we also have what is going to be the third and final part of the law enforcement for the magical world on here, the sheep cleric, which is going to be a war cleric. So that'll mean we've got three now. We have Sparkles, who is the light domain cleric. We have the Copper Cat, who is the Forge domain cleric, and we'll have this one, which is the war cleric. So yay, three. I'm sorry, George. I am sorry. It's a hard thing. So my condolences. It is hard. If you want something mind numbing, you've probably come to the right place. I know some people have called me having a numb mind before now. I don't know if he was trying to insult me. Doesn't matter. So we have these two to paint and the diorama to clean up as well. So, I've had ideas. I know it's dangerous. I know somebody's going to tell me it's dangerous that I've had ideas. No worries, George. If you want to go to... No worries. Thank you for popping in, though. You go get some rest. If you want to leave me on as ASMR, then thank you very much. A few people have done it and said I've bored them to sleep, so who knows, it might work. But take care anyway, and thank you for coming in. Right. Yeah, my ideas. I've got to try and stay on track. Right, I can't deny it much anymore. Yeah, I've got ADHD. Right, my idea was to try and do it like bamboo. Because it's corrugated and it's in the vertical modes. Ding, 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 ding. If I can do, essentially paint it all the dark Strachan green first, and then on the raised parts paint it Warboss green so it's brighter, and then possibly give it a wash as well. It can almost be like the jam bamboo into the actual stone. Hello, love. This isn't Warhammer 40k. No, this is going to be for D&D. I do Warhammer 40k on Mondays. However, I'll probably end up doing Warhammer 40k on Thursdays once I finish this project. It'll just become the terrain night, I should imagine. But no, I do 40k. I've got lots of it. There are things here, like my Proxy Angron, my Kitbash Gazgul, and my Proxy Brutalis Dreadnought are all there. I've got lots of 40k scattered around my desk though. I have way too much of it. So much so it's overflowed to the point where it's scattered on my desk. I can put my hand on at least one Space Marine, several a couple of Space Marine models, some Tau models, some Chaos models, some Genestealer Cult models. Yeah, just to hand, I have models from various different armies. So yeah. Yeah, I do them both. I've been doing 40k for I was 13. So. Yeah, nearly 30 years. Although I do not have my very first army. I've not got my Dark Eldar anymore. Got my second army still. I've still got my Space Marines. And most of them. Because that's the Terminator. Believe it or not. I still have quite a lot of my original Space Marines. I've got a lot of the new Primaris stuff as well. Like the Phobos Librarians. And you kind of had to make the transfer over if you were a Space Marine player. Oh, wait a minute. I'm off. What was it saying again? Right, yes. Back to right. I want to try and make these look like bamboo. I've got a feeling this is going to be really hard. Especially because of where some of the rock is, so I may have to chip some of that off because of it. But so it's been jammed in to make the area behind that way. If it's bamboo jammed into the rock, so they're the same as this, and then that's the idea in my head. Let's see if I can actually bloody do it. But before I do the green, I want to do the dyeing and the So I need either the black speed paint or a Nuln Oil. There we go. We have a Nuln Oil. Good evening, Twisted. Good evening. Welcome in, mate. Welcome in. The magical world is slowly getting there, by the way, mate. It has. Still not thought of a name for the bar, though. So if there is anyone in who's new, I take suggestions for names, and in some cases classes, unless they're quite obvious. And we have a bar here. I'll play it on this one. We have a bar here that is run by a warlock that kind of looks a bit Cthulhu-esque. He's not got a name, but neither has the bar. Now, the entire island is named after the two title characters, which are two twin turtles. One's called Sparkles, one called Oak. other things can be named after other people, particularly the ones that run them, or other names that are significant to some degree that we can write in as a background story. But for essentially, to use a term because I can't think of a better one, for audience participation, you're encouraged to help out and name things sometimes. So please feel free, if you think, oh, that's a top name for a bar, you call it that. Nothing inappropriate, please, because this thing is actually going to be on display in my living room. So people like my mother-in-law and my extended families, and yeah, there's going to be people who are going to be able to see this that I don't necessarily want profanity and stuff, such as my young children or my young child. My older two would probably get jokes like that, sadly enough. But yeah, the watering hole. Oh, that's not a bad idea. Yeah, the watering hole is not a bad idea actually at all, because it is right next to the water section, isn't it? So yeah, I might put a bit more browning up here rather than, and I'm going to have to paint a few bits grey, I think, as well. Right, so I'm going to have to come in with a bit of grey, and I've not got a water pot. Oh crap! Oh crap! Of all things to forget is to forget to do your water pot. Club you, hello. Squid face. I can't fit. It's only small. See, you're on the full one. You can see the size of it. It's only small. So I can't fit. Basically, I can fit a single names or a something bar. So I could possibly fit watering hole on there. Just about. Mirage would be able to go. Mirage is not a bad one because it is a warlock. The sign itself is wooden. So, before I get grey paint on, yeah, there's the actual bar. So the sign itself is wooden, but the back, that is stone. The black bit is stone, that is wooden. This bit is going to be wooden as well as the actual bar sections here. I've not decided what I'm going to do with the foam sections that are this bit. But yeah, it's 3 coffee skewers, coffee stirrers deep, and obviously they've been trimmed down to look like that. Good evening, Buzzard. Welcome in, mate. Welcome in. I hope I provide sufficient source of entertainment for listening while you're blowing people out of the sky. I'm assuming on today you're blowing people out of the sky. But there's not much room. There's only about really workable. There's about 2 and 1/8 inch. I don't think I'll be able to get Squiddy's slate on there. Lettering and size wise, it's gonna be difficult. I mean, I could try it, just show it. So let's see. Right, sidetracked again, people. Quite easily. This happens a lot. Don't worry. So I can't put too much Squiddy McSquid face. Let's see if I can get Squiddies at all, though. How's it spelled? QUIDD. Why? Yes. I could get Squiddies. How you doing, Lee? Welcome in, mate. Welcome in. I could get Squiddies, but I could also get Mirage. I've got a slightly different colour. Yeah, I have. Yeah, this might actually look like it's been done over a couple of times, so. Providing I spell it right. A G E. So I could get Mirage and I could get Squiddies. I'm going to paint over this so I'll be able to put it in an actual paint. Well, you know what happens now then, Twisted. If there's a possibility of going, well, one of them needs to be chosen. This gets put over to the boss. Which means we may have an actual name for the bar. Ooh, that would be nice. That would be nice. Right, anyway, back onto this floor. We need thingy grey. And I need water in my water pot. See, we got sidetracked so easily. Back in one moment, please. Sorry about this. I always forget something, and this time it's the watering pot. I've still not found my wet palette, which is frustrating me to no end. Oh, wow. Ow. Sitting shouldn't hurt, really, should it? How you doing, Charlie? Welcome in, mate. Thank you for coming. How you doing? Sitting shouldn't hurt, should it? No, that's not a good sign. And I'm still not happy that I can't find my wet palette, so I'm having to use the dry palette again. So, sorry for it not being on screen in this case, because my desk is pretty dang full. As always, but it's a bit more full than usual. I'm going to start with the grey and do a bit of black as well. Or at least darker grey in a couple of places, I think. And then black and brown wash it. So I'll put the lighter grey on first. And then I think I can put that away for a bit. And then I can squirt the darker grey because it's the primer. Which is nice. Right, wash off the brush. Does help. Remember to do stuff like that. And then just paint in some of these areas so that the wash looks slightly different as it's going over. Oh, sorry, that was my microphone. Sorry for that odd little clunk there. But yeah, not much Arky stuff going on tonight. I'm sorry if people have come here for the Arky voices. However, Arky is never 100% off the table, depending on mood and song ability to convert song on the fly. Because that's pretty much the most difficult thing about Arky is changing the lyrics on the fly, which I have to do. Quite hard. Sometimes though, it just appears and it enters my head and it's there and I get no choice. It has to happen. And is that enough light grey? Because I mean, this does go quite far round. It is supposed to be the bit that joins here to here, then gonna continue up. Oh, there's a lot of work. A lot of work. Because I don't spend all day, every day, working on it and just filming little bits and speeding it up, like a professional YouTuber should probably do. I only spend a couple of hours on it on a Thursday. Let's say a couple. Sometimes it's a few. Sometimes it is a few. And tonight, I should imagine it's not going to be a quick one. But still, I don't spend a great deal of time every week on it. So Squid is on Mirage. So when I paint that in, I can then I can put it in properly and go for the darker bits. I don't want to cover it all because I want some of the wash to actually stain the lighter parts as well, as it's done up there. But I do want it to add some contrasting colour within the stonework so it's not just looking like one flat plastic. No worries, Al. You have a good night and thank you very much for popping in. Enjoy the rest of your evening, yes. Go get your nightcap, which I won't blame you for. And make sure you're up and ready for tomorrow, I suppose. And while you do that, I'm going to go back to the... Oh no, I can't go back to the no mile yet. I can do that bit there that's actually not been done and I've missed. And this bit, and this bit, and this bit, and this bit, and this bit. And go back and do all the bits that I've not done in the bottom bit. See, this is where being clever would be a good thing. Shame I'm not. So, I'm going to go back and redo bits that may have been snapped, may have broken, may have chipped, but are certainly needing some kind of staining or colouring. Whether it be lightly or heavily, it needs something just to help her. Yeah. It will work, I hope. I have to say it with confidence, otherwise it may not. Will it into existence. You're up at 5 a.m. There's a 5 a.m. now. When did you make that? Is that when the clock says 5 when I'm going to bed and I think it's broken? Is it not actually broken? Because I do occasionally have the nights where it's like 5 in the morning and it's like, no, now I'm tired. I know my tablets are supposed to knock me out, but I've been on them that bloody long now, keep me up instead. Especially when I forget to take them, and I'm buggered then. This is going better for the cleanup than expected. I should have set my airbrush up for doing that, really, but never mind. So, how is everybody doing this evening? If there are people doing things this evening. Right, that should have dried by now. So now I can go back and do the rest of this section. That's a null mile over all of this. And then we do the bottom. And then once we've done that, we can start the bamboo idea, which I've got no idea how I'm going to paint the notches. The bamboo has little notches in it, doesn't it? And I've not figured out how I only had the idea like 10 minutes after starting the stream. So I've got no idea how I'm going to do it. Awesome, Twisted. So your stomach's feeling much. I'm glad you're feeling better, mate. Because, as I said, I am concerned about quite a lot of my viewers' health actually. Because I've got to say, this is one of those channels where everybody has a bit of has a something. So sad to say, if you think, yeah, I'm this, so I'm gonna stand out. You've come to the very wrong channel because all of us have got, well, most of us have something. Whether it be emotional, emotion dysfunction, a mental dysfunction, an emotional dysfunction, in some cases some very, very, very severe disabilities. But yeah, you'll get sympathy from us, but then you get treated like everybody else because, well, you're a person at the end of the day, and we're all just as bloody bad in our own special little ways. But what it is not is a health well-being outreach station. We don't whinge about it, we don't complain about it, we just get on with it. God damn. Oh, and you filmed a bit of painting today. Oh, what have you filmed? What did you actually film though? Is it back to the war suits, or was it somewhere on the Space Marine? No, you've done the Space Marine. What was the other one? I know you've got another one on the go. You've always got another one on the go. What am I on about? Oh, okay, day. So once that dries, oh right, yeah. See, this is why you've got to change perspective sometimes, just to make sure you can catch everywhere properly. Because see, there's some white bits that haven't been caught, right there in the middle, and I'm not some. This I can smooth out luckily, so it doesn't mess up here too much, I hope. And I may have just screwed that up. Not too bad. I can always just cut out another piece of that and glue it on. So awesome. But I have missed some white bits down here. And I've also knocked the priest over a little bit. Not sure what to do with the priest colour wise, but well, the cleric, sorry. It's a war cleric. Probably why I call it a priest. You know, crusades and all that. That's essentially what the war clerics were. Templars. Oh, they're more paladins, aren't they? So just get the top edges that I couldn't quite see when it was lay at the other angle. And always best to get them now. That way you've not got to come back later and realise, oh crap, I've not done, and have to go back and redo it. Because the bases will match that actual brownie thing for that level as they do with all the others. Which I'm actually quite proud that I managed to do that. Even to the limited standard that I've done it. I'm still quite proud I managed to do it. Because I wasn't 100% sure I could. Well, I have surprised myself a lot on this build. A lot. Okay, that's that done. Gotta let that dry, and then I can put the grass tufts on. So while I'm waiting for that to dry, I'll move it out of the way and we'll work. And then we'll start painting the little models. We also look at the time and go, has it finished? Is there enough time to make it work? And that's why Sparkles is absolutely amazing, because she's never going to make me brew. Oh, so good. Now I can move the palette roughly into view. I've only used 2 colours so far, the greys. So put that on the table that I've got to clear before Christmas Day. Because at the moment it's got a lot of things on it. Mostly to do with the Magical World of Sparkles and Oak, but it's got a lot of things on it. And now we can come on to the 2 characters. Now, I need... Sparkles has already told me what she wants me to do with this little fella. So let's zoom in a bit. So this little dude, Sparkles has already told me what she wants me to do with him. And it's normal kind of grey-brown mushroom body. And then she wants the red and white. The red with white dots hat. All I know on this one is it needs to have some kind of purple on him. On her. Yeah, there needs to be some kind of purple to tie in with the purple bunny and the ram with the purple shield. Because it's those 3 that make up the law enforcement for the island. Or the magical world that these are set in. Still got to decide how they're going to go out on adventures. I've had an idea, which is going to be there's a portal at the end of the pier, and they go through that once they receive messages for help. So I think that's pretty much going to be your starting point's always going to be the magical world, and you go through the portal. But that aside, let's get on to some painting. So I need a grey brown. Rakarth Flesh is looking good. But I don't know whether or not I should mix in a bit of the Rakarth Flesh with the lighter of the 2 greys. So if I mix a little bit of the 2 together, then hopefully I'm going to get more of the mushroomy tone that I want. And I could always mix a little bit of brown in with the grey to go for the base colour if I think it's the right tone or the right shade. Only one way to find out, and that's to give it a go. So a little bit of the Rakarth Flesh, and let's see if we can mix this into some kind of mushroom. It's just a little bit more grey, but has that tint of brown into it. Yeah, there we go. That's not bad at all. It's only got that slight tint of brown. Then if we go a little bit darker with the Baneblade brown, then I can't believe I'm having to mix up a grey when I've got most of the Citadel range. I've got most of the Citadel range in layers and bases. I'm having to mix up a grey. So I'll go for a darker brown this time and make ourselves a darker colour. But essentially a slightly darker shade of what we've just made a minute ago. And that's the one that we're doing the body in first. The Joys of Joyce. Yeah, a nice warm sort of grey. Because that's what mushrooms are usually. At least in my opinion. Sometimes they have kind of a pinkish colour. But that's usually when they're on the way out. I don't like them when they're like that. So, yeah, the nice warmish grey ones. I'll start with the base darker colour over it all again. Not like this is a tutorial, I'm just telling you what I'm doing or what I intend to be doing. But the entire thing's going to be painted in the darker colour, and then certain areas are going to be painted in the lighter. Even the bags get. I mean, I'm just going completely scorched earth on this, all brown. Bag everything. The only thing I'm not doing is the eyes, because I don't like doing eyes at the best of time. And yeah. Oh, so right, you eat a lot more mushrooms than I do then. So the only mushrooms I get are the ones in the supermarket. I don't definitely don't go picking mushrooms wild where I am. Not because they might not be edible, more because it's guaranteed to have been pissed on. May not sound nice, but it's the truth. Most of the mushrooms grow where the dog walkers go. And dogs like to go on things that smell a bit funny. Dude, I've not moved my phone. Dang it. So that's the start of the brownie grey for the body. And then hopefully there we go. Now let that dry and I'm going to paint the cap. I'm actually just going to go for a dark grey just to clean the inside of the cap up. I might attempt to paint lines on the underside, but we'll see. But I'm just going to clean the underside up with a dark grey. And then I'm going to paint the top in Mephiston red, and then I'm going to go for a scarlet. After that, I can try and paint white dots. Good luck, eh? Found on oaks at the base. Yeah, definitely been weed on there. 100%. We have a lot of oaks in the woodland area near me, but yeah, dog walkers. And sad to say, there are some bad dog owners near me. And it is sad to say, because I like dogs. A good doggo is absolutely wonderful. But a good doggo is only really as good as his owner. Even if it is still a good doggo and his owner's bad, he'll pick up bad traits. Or they'll pick up bad traits. So yeah, I wouldn't touch anything on most of the oak trees near me. In fact, what's that one? I've got a big one just outside the garden. And I can't remember what that is. I think that might be an oak tree. No, that's not an oak tree. It's definitely something that can grow big, I know that much. Been there for bloody ages. Sparkles is absolutely amazing. Thank you very much. And I believe Sparkles. You safe? You're all safe. She's not in at the minute. Her phone's timed out. I just had a quick glance. Right, Mephiston Red. Which one's no? That one's Evil Scout. Mephiston Red. I'm doing a lot of reds recently, aren't I? A whole lot of reds. See, again, so lucky, Twisted. You can go deeper into the just in size. Okay, we both have wooded areas. Fair enough. Except I can walk from one side of mine to the other within 20-30 minutes. You can't do that with yours. So you're never really getting anywhere off the trails. Especially not where a dog's concerned. Because dogs will run up the embankments and jump over. I mean, we do have a little river running through it. Or through one of them, should I say. But, yeah, you can't... We don't have anything like that near me, anyway. Not to say those places don't exist within England and the UK. It's just, yeah, I'm in very much. I'm a city boy. I'm definitely a city boy. Manchester was the first point of call for anything that we needed outside of the town centre. It was always just as close to get to there as anywhere else. So, nice bright red. Sorry, I realised I've just painted that entire off camera. So, nice bright red with the mushroomy body. I've only just realised I've just painted that entire thing off camera because I was waffling. Graham! I'm back on a Thursday, mate. I'm back. It's Thursday, I'm back. You've got your nice chill place back. You're alright. And Sparkles. Oh no, Sparkles has got hold of my phone now. Oh well. We might not be safe anymore, mate. See, we do get raspberries, blackberries, elderberries. We can go pick them quite freely, wild. That's not too bad. But yeah, I'm not going to do mushrooms. Right, now the body is dried. So we want to come to the other warm, grey thing that we... We're only being subtle with this. We're not going too nuts with it. We just want it to be a slight... Because hopefully I don't want to have to wash it. It's not that you might talk me into buying shit. It's just that you're gonna end up showing me stuff that I want. And the only way I'm gonna get it is if I somehow end up with a gift voucher for Rosedale Hobbies at this moment for a reasonable amount. In which case, yeah, I could. Obviously, I'm hoping that is negotiable if I happen to get it. Then, yeah, too late for Magics now. Too late for Magics. You should have done that about 2 months ago. You want to go around September, October-ish. Go find your cow fields and your deers and stuff. If you're lucky enough to live somewhere with deer, and that's when you go looking for them. I believe, if you look on the internet. And how do you know? Right, so now a tiny bit of scallop butter we'd like to use. Right. Doing the white dots is gonna be a fucking pain in the ass. Just telling you now. The white dots are not gonna be fun. So Sparkles, if I get stressed doing white dots, you may have a model thrown at you. This is a very small model, but once it's finished, you may throw it over. Hey, fucking done the white dots. I've got to do white, and as good as this white is, it's still white. I hope you understand what that means, because if you're a painter as well or a miniature collector, that a white is still a white, and I need to move him up there. I've got to remember that this section of the magazine, this triangle here, is the top corner of that you can see, as well as the bit of the palette. So if I'm going to do red stuff, I need to spin it round. Got to remember what's on what camera. Does bloody help. So I'm going to shake up the bold Pyrrole red, which is essentially white fucking scarlet. You read survivalist stuff. You're right. That's what they all say. While they're going, can you see the walls breathing? Woo, magic dots. They all say that I read Survivor. I'm a survivalist. That's why I pick mushrooms from certain areas. Honest, it is. So, tiny bit of scarlet, but we only want certain areas. We certainly don't want to get his bloody fingers. As I said, I did miss the end of the 40k Dawn of War 4 trailer. Because obviously I had to come live. I'd set it up. I needed to be here. Well, I didn't realise it was going to be Dawn of War trailer on at the same time. So if anyone's watched it, please don't spoil it for me. I'm going to watch it after the stream or tomorrow. Depending how long the stream lasts. Oh, right. Scarlety hat. Mushroomy body. I need a colour for eyes. Perfect timing. What colour would you give eyes to that little chap?
No.
Yeah, you can take all. Yep. You can be specific and go for something like a cyan or the type of colour, but yeah.
Green.
Green? Any, don't tell me any green. Any green. This is how cruel my children are to me. I've got about 5 different greens.
Emo's eye colour.
Emo's eye colour.
Specifically. Look into her eyes.
No, okay, so that's kind of that, but with a bit yellowy. There we go, I'll try to do my best. That's how evil my children are to me. How many greens have you got? Yeah, loads. Just do any green. No, now do the cat coloured green, which has got a little bit of yellow in it. Okay.
You watch it.
Moderator. So, I'm going to have to try and mix up a bit of a greeny yellow. I have no idea how I'm going to do this. But greeny yellow. That's what colour the eyes are going to be. Apparently. And it's going to be quite hard because it's not like a slightly greeny yellow. There's green bits and there's yellow bits, and it's kind of streaky. So I'm going to have to not mix it properly. Oh, this is going to be fun. Yeah, there we go. That is about as much as I can mix it. That, to try and get the right colour greeny yellow idea. Oh, fun and joys. The first thing I do is get it right on the cap underneath where I really don't want it. I have a brush loaded up nicely, and I get it on the cap underneath and now have to wash it off. Just my luck. Again, that actually doesn't surprise me, Graham. Although, to be quite honest, things like that really require you to be in the correct mental state too. Oh, that is bright, isn't it? Those bright greens. No, that will come back with a tad bit of yellow maybe and just do a bit of edging. That should be okay. Like, that is quite a nice bright green under the hat. And then obviously I'm going to have to do the white dots now. I'm going to start with ivory, just because pure white is pure white and it's just not nice to do. I'm going to start with Army Painter Bony Spikes Ivory, and then I'm going to do the Pro Acryl Titanium White over the top. Right about now, oh actually, would that work? Just to give me a... No. Of course it wouldn't. Why would one of my ideas actually bloody work? Although this one might, because I know this one, I used this one earlier, so this one might work. No. Oh well, I can't draw the circles on first. I'm going to have to do it all by brush. Oh, lucky joyous me. So, tiny bit of, well, ivory. I say tiny bit, I always use too much. This is why I've got about 3 pots of the stuff. And this is why Ivory Despot is the highest honour I can offer to to any member type things that may come on this channel, if that day ever happens properly. I mean, I'm a long way off, so don't worry. Saying that, if you are here and you've enjoyed, or at least inclined to do the like, subscribe, hit the bell, leave a comment, that type of thing, please feel free. Al likes that stuff. Mr. Gorhythm He's a bit hungry for that type of thing. I say let the bugger starve, but you know, he frowns upon that. So, haha. See, we now have nice mushroom man. Okay, I just think I should extend that one a little bit more. Bright red mushroom hat, bright green eyes, and mushroomy body. See, the familiars can be done quite quick, which is why when Sparkle said just do the one familiar last week, I was kind of thinking, okay, we could have done both. But now we get to do a familiar, and then I get to work on a simpler character. So now he needs a belt colour. I think he should be a bit flashier. He is a poisonous mushroom man. And this is easier to do gold with a Sharpie. See? Sharpie gold. He's gonna get a fancy strap. And I may even just give him a bag of holding as standard. Make him kind of pack mule familiar. Has one move, has an action, and has a bag of holding. Give him like poison spore ability. That's not a bad idea actually. Yeah, poison spore ability, move, and then just give him a bag of holding because he is a familiar after all. No idea what he's going to be called, but he is a familiar. Paint his bag of colour. How much is no? That's gone. If that is, yeah. Is it usable? Yeah, it's usable and it's different enough from him just to. Help the bag. Well, nice gold bangle around him just so you can actually see he's got something strapped to him. Northern! You can't see him. I'm sorry, mate. I'm sorry. I'm having trouble because I've got it zoomed in. Because he's so freaking small, I've got it zoomed in. So, because if I zoom it out to a full step, it's like, yeah, you definitely can't see him, but at least I can move him around more. I've got to bring him like right up here. So, if I zoom in, it kind of gives me like just this. I can only hold him here. See, as I zoom in, I can hold him there, and then he disappears. If I don't hold him there, Marty Mushroom. Is that a name? Marty Mushroom it is. What a way to make an entrance. See, can't knock a northerner. That's how you make an entrance. Come in, say hello. Mate, can't fucking see it, mate. Get it on screen. Oh, it's a mushroom. Just call it Marty. Top name. See? Northerners. Fucking fantastic people. Maybe pencil. I still need to get lightning claws though, I believe. I've lost my pencil. Or at least my HB pencil. What's this one? Oh, this is a charcoal half, right, okay. Mushroom familiar is now called Marty. Marty? Because I'm gonna poison you, motherfucker. Sorry. I may go a little bit crazy tonight. Don't know. Just something a bit weird about me. Go out 3 and it's perfect. 1, 2, 3. Let's make it 4 just to make sure. Oh no, you might have been right with 3. Boom. There we go. Although Marty's done now. Marty the mushroom. I can leave him nicely there. In camera shot. I'm ready to do. Because now I've got to move on too. And it will not be called Sean. I am not calling this sheep Sean. I'm putting a stop to that right the fuck now. No Sean the sheep, please. Well, this is the sheep war cleric. I've got a forge domain cleric, life domain cleric. Now I have war cleric. But it's a sheep. So start with ivory on his this. Which does actually come all the way over his eyes. Silas, the war sheep, the war priest, even taking note. I'm going to stick Silas in the list of long things because there's still quite a few that have not been named, and Silas is quite a good name. Now Silas may end up on somebody else. Yeah, we've had Shin, we've had Sybil, we've not had a Silas before. Ewan. I'm not having Pawn the sheep or Corn the sheep. Brother Mannered. Or Dawn the sheep. Nothing that rhymes with Sean. Silas, though, is a general good name for some of the ones that have not been named. Like the Forge Domain Cleric may becomes Silas if he doesn't become Shin. Brother Mannered. Again, I've got a feeling some of these may be slightly tongue-in-cheek. Mannered. Ewan. Something in me had saying, somebody's trying to have a joke here. But I've written Silas down. Mannered. Mannered got a no, sorry, Twisted. Turbot. Turbot from Graham. We have a Turbot from Graham. Graham. I'm got a fit. Graham, just don't bother, mate. If I say your name in a sentence, I get a look, and that look doesn't change until, regardless of whatever the rest of the sentence is. From Graham, we have, and then I get that look, and it doesn't matter what. I could say the winning lottery ticket for this week, and I'll still get that look. Can't call a bloody sheep tuna. I wanted to call him Bardsley, but no. See, I got a really bad look for that one. Dawn would work if it was a warrior priest of a sun god. I haven't devoted to a god actually yet, so I've not chose a god. Obviously, the Forge Domain Cleric is going to be Moradin. If it was going to be the sun god, then it's more than likely going to be Light Domain. Because this is a war god. This is a war cleric. It's going to be I would like it to follow a war god. I didn't turn that off. I was supposed to make that shut up so it didn't interrupt. But I can't remember all the war gods for D&D. I can't remember most of the gods for D&D for that matter. The only one I actually remember is Moradin, and it's because it's the dwarf god for smithing. which is why a Forge cleric would follow him. Can't remember the light domain cleric's the light god's name. Although I could go watch a bit of some of the fleas. Fleas. I'm not calling it fleas. Or Felicia. You're trying to get me killed on camera, aren't you? You are. You're trying to get me killed on camera. I've done many things on camera, including getting absolutely blind drunk. Never on one of my streams though, so you're not going to find it looking through my channel. But having an attempt on my life is not one of the things I would like to have happen on camera. Especially not before the wedding. I mean, I understand there's an incredibly increasing chance it happening after the wedding. But by then I would have done all this, so it would be irrelevant. Hopefully I've got them all named, classed, statted, character sheets done, some kind of several one-shots and maybe a campaign planned out, and then people on Discord or Patreon wishing to play. Yeah, that's the plan. But I do intend to use my full collection of models that I have available to create scenarios and not just fights but NPCs, blah 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 blah, and I have lots of different things, so be careful what we end up against, because you never know, might be facing down a death dread. Oh, motherfucker ain't gonna go down easy. And you're all only level 7. And I am an evil DM. Just warnings. Right. Now looking at him. He's got a rather fancy robe. We'll bring it a bit closer. You might be able to see. He's got... You're not going to see until I do it, so I might as well just do it. Where's it gone? There it is. He has a fancy robe. So I'm going to need purples for the overall colour of the robe. Am I going to stream the D&D things? No. I wasn't intending to, because it'll be people that will... If it was just me, fine, yeah, I'd stream it. But because it's going to be other people involved, if they're not comfortable with it, then no, I won't be able to. But I will be... It will be in the Discord chat room with cameras so you can see things, and hopefully people will either be able to share a screen with a virtual dice tray to make the rolls, or they can put the camera on a dice tray if they prefer to make the dice rolls, or I can make the dice rolls for them. That is entirely up to them. But I'm not saying it's impossible. If enough people go, no, if you can figure out how to stream it, yeah, we're quite happy for you to stream it, then quite honestly, I've not thought of it, so yeah, I'd probably stream it if I could. It's just making sure I get everybody else, the parties or the DMs and the parties, permission to do so. Right. You just want to watch. Well, yeah. If I'm one of those DMs who does try to do voices and stuff, as you can probably tell, because I do sometimes do voices just for no reason. So I am one of them DMs who tries to at least do a voice for characters and people, and if there's dialogue to be happen, then I'll even try and stay in character. Not always to very much degree. I'm a sarcastic person sometimes, and that does come out in most of them. Ah, right. So that is exactly why I wanted to watch, because it's like, yeah, no. Graham, you would probably be allowed to play. I'm guessing you'll be allowed to play. I don't think she. It's just. Yeah, usually, because most of the time it involves models when it comes to a conversation between me and you. That's what Sparkles expects. So even if it's not models, she's just like, right. Well, it's not models this time, but it's going to be next time, isn't it? So, no, you should be able to take part, don't worry. But the thing is, you will be using these characters. So, somebody could use my Barbarian Butterfly, which will come with the big familiar. Someone could go for the Barbarian Bunny. Obviously, Sparkles will get her choice out of Sparkles or Oak first before anyone else. And there is also no pressure on anyone else to actually do voices, it's just on me. Good night, Northern. Thank you for calling in, man. I'm assuming busy day again, up for work. It's draining, is that thing, especially when it's regular. It's a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a fucking ton of energy. It can be fun though. It can be fun. Might not always be fun, but it can be. I know this is cheating because I've done a lot of this with a Sharpie just to get the gold. So that's the whole point of me getting the Sharpie that was gold, so I could do this. It's easy to paint over, it's easy to clean up. Problem is, I could do with a thinner one. So there we go. That shows it better. He's got quite an intricate cloak going on. You got to be a bard. Do we have any bards at the moment? I know we have one bard coming, which I've not started painting yet, which is the frog. Do we have a bard? Yes, we do. Chester is a bard. You know, the pink caterpillar with the yellow jacket and the green bunk stick? That's a bard. Knowledge, School of Knowledge bard. I don't think we have. Then we have a monk, we have rogues, ranger, druids, we have wizards, we have sorcerers. The yellow turtle doesn't look like a bard, does it? And this is going to be a cleric. So there's only going to be two bards. There's going to be, yeah, the knowledge bard, or there's going to be a traditional bard, which is going to be the frog dude. But who was the other bad again? I can't remember. The knowledge bad. Chester, yeah, Chester. Oh, it's the knowledge bad. Right, now I need to dirty up this thing. Now, I don't want Fusion Orange, of course. I would want... where is... Don't tell me I spilt my only Agrax Earthshade. No mile. No mile. Agrax Earthshade. Night Twisted, you have a good one. Quick nap before dinner. Not a bad idea. Ooh, homemade chicken soup. That does sound good. You have a good night though, mate. Hope you're feeling better later. So I'm gonna wash the fur, and then I'm gonna paint the cloak purple. Fur? No, it's fleece, isn't it? Fur. But I don't want it too thick. Do not want it too thick. I might have to wait for this wash to actually dry properly. Good evening, Kirsty. And you have popped up on the portrait cam. Under that name. Hey, on camera, thank you. In fact, that's the best one for you to be on for that reason. Because most people forget. You and Northern, you tell me, get back on bleeding camera, I can't see. Most people don't bother telling me. So I forget until I look up and realise I'm not on camera. Because I'm not looking up much, especially all the way over that side. Because it's all the way over there rather than there. And there. All the way over there just to see that one. So it does make it a little bit more difficult. Right. Wait for this to dry. And then come in and do the purple bits. So let's stick that to one side for a moment. And I'm going to zoom out and we're going to have a look at how the diorama's doing. And see if I can start putting grass tufts on it. You're too busy to paint engrave, so he's mostly listening so you don't actually see whether I'm off camera. Fair enough. I'm too busy painting to see whether I'm off. It's basically the same one. We're not doing too bad, Kirsty. At least I think most of us aren't doing too bad. General stresses that we go through every time, so those of us with issues go through our issues. But we're used to them by now, so it's just day to day. Stretching, and now we get this back. So now we can come back for the bamboo idea. I've set myself a fair task of work tonight. I have definitely set myself a fair task of work tonight. And I'm making sure that the Agrax is closed. Right. So, I might actually be better off with a bigger brush for this. But that would require it to be a clean brush as well. Yep, that's just very stained, that's all. What's that one? Oh, that's a smart. No, I don't want that one. So I'm going to go for my chisel brush. That's very fluffy at the moment. And it happens. Some people pop in, they don't want to say, they don't like to chat. I don't force people to do stuff. But feedback from the audience is always welcome. Especially if I'm not painting on camera. Like I'm supposed to. So, green paint. And dry palette, because I still can't find my wet palette. Scoop that out on there so it's not too much on the brush. And then paint. All of these, this colour green first. And then dry brush across with the brighter green, and hopefully that'll make it look more bamboo-y. That's my idea, and I'm hoping it works. Just painting all the bit that's not got rock on it now. Using this nice big brush to make sure I can get it done quick. Becomes a little bit of a detriment when you've got to go into the finer areas. There's a good chance I'm going to give this a very heavy wash before the dry brush anyway, just to deepen those layers and those darker recesses. But it's going to be something I'm going to have to do really carefully because I don't want the green to run onto the grey. So it's going to be difficult. It's going to be very difficult. But since when did I do anything fucking easy? I'll just take my time with it though. Because I'm lazy don't mean I don't do it right. It's not that I'm lazy. I've now got a diagnosis to say that I'm not lazy. I'm just not right in the head. I'm very easily distracted. Oh, Kirsty, guess what's coming on to Graham's website? He's getting loads of cats. Loads of them. You buy them, I'll pay them. You mainly lurking at the minute, Kirsty? There's nothing wrong with that really, as long as you're enjoying the stream. That's the main thing. If you're there, then Al's alright with it, because that's what he wants you to do. But engagement does help a lot more. So those who do comment and say things and chat to me, essentially, I'll chat to the other chatters. Those are the bits that help the algorithm most. So being there still helps. It's just to really crank it. They want people talking. I'm not sure if they're quite live yet. I went and checked last night, and it was a coming soon thing. And that's how I found out about it, because I just saw cats for cats. So I don't actually know whether it's going to be different types of cats or what. I don't fully know what it is. I just know it's cats. And this might be about the only time that I'm allowed to mention Graham and 3D printing and getting things in the same sentence without Sparkles giving me a day look. Because I'm mentioning cats. It's not like she doesn't like Graham. She quite likes Graham. I'm not saying she thinks he's brilliant and amazing and she's going to become best friends with him, but it's like, no, he's alright, you can talk to him. It's just the model side that she's not too happy with. So you've only got 32mm cap printed at the moment, and he might have to do them and start releasing 75mm ones in waves because there's nearly 90 cats. At the moment, they're in 32mm scale, so it's kind of similar to the ones that I've painted before. They are quite small. By the looks of it, he's doing 75mm ones, which are going to be much bigger. Oh, they sound nice. Especially if you can select the cat you want. So if you've got a specific breed of cat and you can go, can I get 2 of those and then get them painted like my cats? Not that I'm going to be able to paint them like your cats. I might have an attempt at it. And I might get close if I'm lucky. But you get the idea. It's a nice little personal. Yeah. Or photos of cats from past that you would like little models of, so you can. That's actually quite a nice thing. That. I didn't even think of it that way. I originally just thought of it as, oh, so when people turn into cats in D&D, you can. I've got a model for it. But now I think about it, not using it as, oh, that's a really good idea. So if anyone's got photos of past cats and you can get the right one, especially if it's in a fun pose or anything. So you got 4 cats. So imagine if you could have a little resin ornament. It's not overly expensive. You don't have to pay hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pounds to get it because now it looks like your cat and it's about that big but you've still got the ornament that looks like all 4 of your cats that you can have there. That would be nice. I think that would be nice for any cat owner, really. Okay, so now let the green dry. Okay, so there are about 50 to 60 which are breed specific, and then there's two of each for each breed. Okay, and then there's a fair few more that are just fun domestic cat poses. There's gotta be one with a box. There's gotta be one with a box. Mm. Mm, 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 mm. You wanna know something? Sparkles makes a fucking good brew. Do you wanna know the one really big downside to having that huge cup and having really good brews? You drink it very goddamn quickly. And that means you need to go for a break. Not yet though. I'll be alright for a minute. Let's let that dry. I'm not gonna put the tufts are gonna go on last. So while you dry before I put on the brighter green, shift you back over that. I've still got to choose a colour for the brickwork yet. You sent me those render pics on Discord. Okay, I'll go have a look now while I'm just waiting for stuff to. If you sent me stuff, you would have sent me it privately. Let's scroll up. Oh yes. Oh crap, yeah. Right, there is absolutely oh, and they come with colour schemes. Right, okay. Who wants to have a look at cats? Let's see if this works properly. Boom. However, I'm going to put that above. I can share, no secret. Excellent. Right, in that case, we're going to go have a look at Discord. Right, I want to check if this does what I think it does. Yes, it does. Right, so, cat number, there's a few. I'm warning you now, there's a few. Cat number 1. Look at that running little thing. And it's got the colours so you can paint it. So you've got the nose, the eye, all the fur colours. Oh, that's good. One clean its tail. Oh, look at it. Can you see these as well?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Oh, that one looks cute. That one does look cute. Oh, Graham. See, there is such thing as just cuteness incarnate, and you can't not on that one, can you? Yeah, I am impressed with the fact that you do get the color, the kind of rough color guide. So if you can match up a color with, so if I got this one and go right, is that close to, and then I can try and match up colors to actually do that color scheme. That one's quite cool. Riding a Roomba thing around the room. And having the colour for the bright blue to show light. Now that orange has got to be because they've painted the fish on. I don't think that's going to be a hollow thing. Oh, that's not... angry cat against wild cat. Okay. A nice running cat. Nice pose. Very nice pose. Right, so that's the end of those ones. That was just those ones. Did we get to see that one? No, we didn't. Right, that's the end of those ones. So, this one. Again, another really cute... Those eyes are wonderful. See those? Those are really good. Looks like a lot of stippling and a lot of small brush strokes. Again, these are renders, not actual painted. So to actually get that effect, that computer's done them. It's gonna be hard, but I will try it. Oh, I do like that ginger one. I'm waiting for tummy scrubs. Nice picture. Very typical cat pose. Could probably done in various different colours as well. So if you've got a cat that usually has that type of pose and you want to paint more those colours, so if it's like white with bits of spots of brown and black on it, then that's a nice picture. So I skipped past that one quite nice with the with the tongue looking for the. It's almost smiling as well. A perfect, just you've got me wet. That looks like it's gonna be a pain to dry. Obviously, the water droplets coming off it, they're not gonna be part of the model, but the actual shaking, and there may be some that are actually on the fur, but that's really nice. That one, I like that one. The yawning with the stripes. I mean, we have a lot of ghosts. Cheeky little cat. Oh, he's after your dinner. Get him off the table. Get him off the table. He can't have your dinner. Climbing the curtains, of course. But again, the way he's done the eyes is give you a rough idea, but he's not told you to use the white to do the eyes. So these are only rough ideas on what colours to use to do some of this. It's not a perfect colour palette scheme. And then we're back to the really, really cute one at the beginning. The beginning of that set. And now we go for these ones with... Oh, he's a bit angry. He is a bit angry. I've never seen a cat actually use one of those. So I don't know why it's even there. That looks more like it. That definitely looks more like it. It's having a nice stretch. Just again, a pretty standard cat, could be done in most colour schemes. Work well. Oh, did I come? Which one was I on? I was on that one and I got to there, so I'm up to. Ah, Sleepy Kitty. I'm up to Sleepy Kitty. I'm just going to have a quick check to make sure everything's coming. Yeah, there we go. Let's move him a bit more in there. There we go. Sleepy Kitty. Oh, that's cute. Not as cute as that one, though. Not as cute as that one. He's managed to nick the fish. But as I said, if you wanted to go for something like that, black, orange with white spots, that's kind of similar to what my cat looks like. So that colour scheme could be portrayed over onto a lot of the other cat models. That one being another example. Which is another nice pose. Very playful. Again, accurate with what cats are like. Cats play when they catch things like that. And sleep and doze around all day, so that's nice. I like the eyes and the overall face on that one. That's quite good. That would be a nice one in a 75mm. And that's that one again. And there's still more to come. That's got to be the best one so far. That has to be the best one so far. It has a box and a ball of twine. He's an angry kid. He's even angrier than the other kid. Maybe there was those two that were against each other. And that just sums up the cockiness and arrogance of a cat right there. He looks very sneaky. The posing on some of these are wonderful. The posing's really, really nice. I am sorry, I can't actually see the full chat at the moment, so I do apologise. But the posing's really good. But yeah, definitely the cutest. And then we have more, as I said, some breed specific, so like Norwegians. Oh, look at those. Oh, I skipped through them a bit quick, didn't I? I can't remember which ones those ones are. They have got a name, obviously they're a breed. But I can't remember which ones those are. Are they Abyssinians? No, the ears look too small. I know you got them ones, they're the ugly cats. I don't like them ones at all, they're very ugly cats. That's very pretty though. Is that the Norwegian one as well? It's very fluffy and yeah. I mean, look, that looks more like an Abyssinian. Twisted's the expert on these. And then we get to more generico gatto. Ooh, no, that was nice. These are really. Skyfall. These are really good. These are awesome. I mean, I'm looking at it just as much as you are. So these are good. I'm flicking through because I know these. I've been through quite a few, and I'm supposed to be doing other stuff. But how can I not with? Look at that one. Look at the spots would be a pain to paint on that. It's such a nightmare. Very rewarding if I could do it, but very difficult. Yep, see the hairless ones. Nope, no, thank you. That almost looks like Dobby the house elf. He's happy, but that's a tash and a half, that isn't it? That is a mustache and a half on that one. Yeah, he's a lazy house cat, definitely. No. No. She's out pouncing. I'm not sure why that one's got cauliflower on its bum though. Just so many. Oh no, I didn't get to the end of that one. Right, okay. And then there's that one as well. The big bushy ones look like they're going to be difficult. How many more of these have I? Bloody Nora. Right. Why does that look like he's got scales? And that one. Looks very mottled. That almost looks real. There's not a chance in hell I'm going to be able to paint that. All that one, to be quite honest. So his eyes are very large. That's nice. That's nice. Is that a Maine Coon? I think that's a Maine Coon. I'm not sure though. Nice posing again. So cute. Some of these cats are just really, really. Do you see like that one? That just that little tilt of the head. It's just that normal, just that slight tilt of the head. Oh, that one's very pretty. The computer's done a good thing. The rendering on that one's good. I don't think I'd be able to copy the colour scheme though, but it's good. It's a good picture. That is pretty much the quality of the print's gonna be as well. So to do a lot of this fur would be starting with the darker, and you could dry brush your way up if you were careful enough. Again, doing the feet and the tail, you could probably dry brush a lot of that in. And it'll be the eyes that'll be the hardest part on that one. Again, same species, same breed. That's nice. Just again, the spots would be so difficult, but you don't have to put the spots on. You could paint it as a more whatever your cat was, if it's not got that particular pattern. That looks statuesque. That almost looks like a statue. And if that was the same warm colour as that one, again, that could pass for a statue. That looks like a little kitten. Oh, that's nice. Graham, these are awesome. These are absolutely amazing. And oh no, is that the Abyssinians? Or is that just a mixture? The standing up is nice. Begging for food. Lying down in a playful manner. But yeah, my cushion. So that is all the ones that Graham will be having on show. Yeah, the schemes are just inspiration. Other than the very specific, yeah, these ones are done like it's like the Norwegian ones. They're the white ones that are nice and fluffy. Abyssinians, they're gonna have that brown across them, but most of the ones that can pass for just a standard cat, they could have any colour pattern on them. Speaking of colour patterns, let's go back to the actual painting. So, terrestrial purple, a terrestrial titan. I'm going to use to do the insides of his and the fabric sections of his cloak, and highlighting it again with alien purple. Obviously, getting back to the painting bit, you know the thing that we're going to start. Well, not the thing that was going to start, but the thing I'm actually here to do. So that's what I'm going to be doing on those two. However, I could do with a fresh drink and using the toilet and a slight snack because I'm a little bit hungry, and you shouldn't be painting while you're hungry. So I'll shake these up for a moment. Now I normally put the. Is that still up and running? Yeah, it is. Right. I can remove that. There we go. So yeah, I'm going to be using the terrestrial Titan, which is the darker of the purples, and then the lighter alien purple to do the cloth section of his cloak, because purple is the one colour that joins them all together. It's not murder. Sparkles isn't going to murder you for that one, Graham. I'm going to get you for that one because she wants them. And the last time she got... What happened last time she bought a load of cats that she liked the looks of, and then they arrived, and there was a hell of a lot smaller than she realised, and she ran upstairs, and I ended up painting 12 of them. And now I'm painting these, which are bigger. This is bigger than the frigging cats in scale. And now you've just shown them more. Oh, what? I've just been through them all. All of them. And do you want to know what her response was? I want them all. She wants them all. Thursday may just become cat painting day. So the local Bengal cat is not that friendly, but the local Russian blue cat is friendly. See? Different ones, different breeds, react differently, paint different schemes, different patterns. But if you know what the pattern is you want, and there's a generic enough cat model for it to go on, the one-off 75mm, it's easier to paint, and it's a nice little ornament. Obviously, these are 32mm scale, so these are tiny. Double the scale of that, and you're looking at that thing's going to be like this big. So yeah, it's a big difference going from the 32 to the 75. But because I remember I did this, so yeah, I remember I did that, but it doesn't always work. You have sent me a picture on this. Let me just go back to Discord a second. There we go. So yeah, that's more of the size of a... There we go. That's the one I was after. So that's the 32mm next to the 75mm. So as you can see, there's a huge difference. There is an absolute huge difference. Kirsty, I'm just asking you now, is he sending them to you or is he sending them to me? If he's sending them to me, please let him know on the order. And again, use code LADS10 at checkout to get 10% off. But they're not live yet, so we don't know how much they cost. But scaling wise, that's the difference. And as far as I'm aware, they're centimetres. So the small ones are about 3 centimetres or 2 to 3 centimetres in length and about the same in height, whereas the 75s, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and yeah, quite literally double the size. So absolutely brilliant. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Okay. So just while I go do naturey things like hydrate and dehydrate and things, I will be back soon. Not that you can see that because of the bloody light. Yeah, that works better. I'll just pop them down. So they're on there. Right, so yeah, I'm just going to go do refreshment. I'm going to mute myself so you can't hear it all going on in the background. I'll go put some Arias music on. In fact, I'll go put some Arias music on. I always forget about Aria's music. Playlists. I want playlists with one video. No, that's too short. So we're going back to Starbound album again. And I shall be back shortly.
Radio waves from a younger year. Static hearts, but the signal's clear. Every chord was a lifeline and calling out to us again. We were sparks against the dark. Every lyric lit a mark. Still I feel it, still it stays. Calling through the static haze. Distant signals in the sky tonight. Every heartbeat screaming back in time. We were reckless. We were never blind. The fire we lit will never die. Every night was a crowded show. Flooded lights in the undertow. Every face was a mirrored flame. Every voice still calls my name. We were sparks against the dark. Every lyric lit a mark. Still I feel it, still it stays. Calling through the static haze. Distant signals in the sky tonight. Every heartbeat screaming back in time. We were reckless. We were never blind. The fire we lit will never die. Static fades, but the sound remains. Every song still runs in our veins. We'll never fade, we'll never fold. These echoes never get old. Distant signals in the sky tonight. Every heartbeat free from the weight of time. Every orbit pulls us high. We were made to cross the line. We were made to cross the line. Another night we can't explain. Cover stories, different names. Signals fade into the skies, running wild under starlit lines. We're not the saints they thought we'd be. We're chasing ghosts they'll never see. Every secret, every fight. We were sparks against the night. We made starlit alibis, falling fast but still alive. We were reckless, we were free, lost in our own history. Every street, a forgotten stage, echoes drifting past the age, broken truths that we can't erase. Constellations mark this place. We're not the saints they thought we'd be. We're chasing ghosts they'll never see. Every secret, every fight. We were sparks against the night. We made starlit alibis, falling fast but still alive. We were reckless, we were free, lost in our own history. Signals calling from above, broken youth and dying love. Shouting louder, we won't hide. This is where we're still We made starlit alibis, falling fast but still alive. We were reckless, we were free, lost in our own history. Fading like a signal into the night.
Okay, something just went on an entire dump on my phone. I've just had a dump from Discord. How wonderful is that? Night, Kirsty, if you've gone. You have a nice sleep. Thank you very much for coming in. And now I'm back, so I can move that, and I can move that back down so I can see a bit easier and it's not glaring in my face. and I can move the book, which also has all the names and classes for all these. Right, let's carry on. So, little dude's done, he just needs glued to the base. This fella is not, however. He still needs purples, browns, and something to do with his bell, and then buckles, belts, and something underneath, which might go for blue. But his main colour for his robe is going to be purple. Was it a good tune? That is, I tend to go back to that one because I actually quite like it, and it's long enough that I don't have to worry about it cutting out while I'm away. I'm just hoping no bloody adverts popped up. I'm just hoping no adverts popped up. I have quite a few messages apparently. Ah, right, okay. More size comparisons, thank you very much. That makes it easier. Okay, close Discord for now. do not need Discord right now because hopefully I'll see it pop up on my phone first, and then I can open it on the PC if needed. Because it takes valuable resources, does that? So, in fact, green should have dried by now. No, let's do little dude first, little sheepy fella first, and then we'll do the green bamboo thingies, and hopefully it works. So starting with the darker of the two. I mean, she's not far off fucking black, to be quite honest. And then purple, and let's try and fill in these gaps. As neatly as possible. Don't want to spill onto the gold if I can help it, because the paint covers the gold easier than the marker can cover the paint. I will have to highlight some of the bits with the lighter purple, obviously. Especially his sleeves, his shoulders, his hood. Lots of the sections around the top. And that is a very nice base bear you've painted there as well, by the way, Graham. The hard bit is getting right around the back of his neck without getting onto his head. Clean up where I've gone over onto his sleeve with the gold marker. Wash the brush off a bit, just a little bit. These little triangle bits here that are more difficult to get than the other pieces. Some of it's not that bad because it's nice and big and flat. but the triangular pieces, not so easy to get. Like these pieces in here. On the inside the sleeve of the robe. More bits up here. Bits around there. Any more? Yep. On the front of his collar here. And a little bit up there. Yeah, that's not too bad. I can live with that. And I believe that is all the dark purple done. That's not too bad. You'll have one fully painted unit. Oh, it's a stage closer than I am to most of mine, mate. It's a stage closer than I am to a lot of mine. Now for the lighter purple. And what I might do is do a 50-50 mix before I go fully bright. Try and make myself something of a mid-tone. If I can. I literally just mixing the two together. And then let's try and just catch those bits. Well, we need to get on mostly the higher edges. Couple of bits on the back. And a few bits around the front. Just to show that it is actually purple. Not that it's showing up too well at the moment on camera. But once we put the brighter purple on, it should show quite nicely. Only catch the very, very highest edges. There we go. So that should actually show us purple now. I'm definitely going to have to get some of these bits in here, aren't I? Even if it's just a couple of little low lines, just to show that there is purple in there, because some of them just look really black. even with that slight touch of the mid-tone purple. But there we go, that was looking better. Not brilliant, not perfect, but better. At least you can see that it is purple on his cloak now, with that gold. I do want a different metallic, but I don't want to go silver for the bell. Brass is too. How close is brass to gold? To the gold that he's got? Nah, it is quite a bit more orange. So let's go for brass because I have no idea where my bronze is at the moment. No idea where my bronze is at the moment. Unless it's in the tub, which I really don't wish to fish out right now because it's got my world eaters on it. So let's go for a slightly more yellowy orange metallic than what we've gone for on the cloak. I want a long brush. That's relatively sharp and pointy. And hopefully it should be clean as well. No, I didn't clean that one. I'm a dumbass. That's like one I really could have done with having clean as well. Too many brushes and I do forget to clean them often enough. That one should do. Yeah, that one's okay. We're alright. We're okay. Oh, let's paint the bell. Having it nice and shining is good. Because it will be the holy symbol that he uses to cast spells. With a bright bell round his neck. And the buckle bell. Okay. No, you don't know something. So are his horns. His horns are going to be metallic. He's going to be blessed. He's going to be truly blessed. No standard horns. Nice shiny ones. That's nice. I'm going to go back to the very dark purple to do the muzzle. Just to darken it up a bit. No worries. Thank you very much, Graham, for calling in and spending your absolutely priceless time with us. I'm not being sarcastic. Your time is everyone's time is priceless. So thank you for spending it with me. Enjoy your night, mate. Have a good sleep. I'll speak to you again, no doubt. But I will see you also on another stream. What was I going to work on next on this little blighter? It was the blues, wasn't it, for his clothing? No, I'm just going to go for a single blue, which is going to be the Calidor Sky, and then I'm going to give it a wash and then highlight it again with the same colour. I think that will work easier for the robes in here. So we just do blue, and then I use a Dragunov Nightshade wash once it's dry. While I'm waiting for that to dry, I'm going to give the fleecy head another dry brush just to bring out the ivory and the light scale of it. Don't know where that green's popped off from, but I want to get rid of that. And then just a little bit of ivory. And then dry brush. That should do it. There we go. Hopefully this will be just enough to not remove all that brown, but just enough. Load your brush up, remove most of it, and then because I want to keep most of that wash and that brown in there, but brighten up the actual fleece. It's a little bit more sheep-like. There we go. And that blue should have dried now as well. Excellent. So we can put the wash on it. Once the wash is, while I'm waiting for the wash to dry, I'll bring the diorama back over and we'll go with the light green now to try and do the bamboo sticks. Still not sure how I'm going to do the knots in the bamboo, but I'll have to work that out another time, I suppose. Jay, welcome in, man. Welcome back in. Hope you're having a nice day. Hope you're having a good day. We've been doing a fair bit tonight. We have been doing a fair bit. Just got a bit of a blue wash to put on now, and then a bit more highlighting to do for the last character for tonight, because I've done a familiar, which is this little guy here, and then I've got the war cleric here. So I've got through a good couple of models tonight, mate. How have you been doing? So there's that Dragunov Nightshade in there. Now I've just got to wait for that to dry. And while I wait for that to dry, I've got to go get the diorama and put the brighter Warboss green on it. Aha. Have to do this sometimes just because bits get stuck in awkward places. Right, so I know I've got to move this out of the way. So now that all that green has dried, and I've got to zoom out again, I just realised because I've gone back to the big thing. Now all that green has dried, it's the layering of the brighter green over the raised area. So this is going to be bloody fun. Because my wet palette doesn't fit on the desk while that's there. Sorry, not my wet palette. Any palette doesn't fit on the desk while that's there. Let's be fair. There's not a single one that fits on at the moment. Give the Warboss. It is Warboss green. Even though the camera's never going to pick it up. It is. You're going to have to take my word from it, I'm afraid. It is Warboss green. What have you been up to, Jay? Have you been causing chaos? Or have you been being good and doing hobby stuff? Personally, I've been going for a little bit of both. Can't beat having a bit of chaos in your life. And then having a bit of nice hobby stuff just to chill you out. Or in my case, give you therapy so you don't go completely crazy. Don't tell me this is not different enough of a shade to be doing this with. Please don't tell me you're going to dry practically the same bloody colour as the colour underneath. And I should have gone for Death Guard green first. Please don't say that. I don't want to go too bright on the green, but I know bamboo. Where should you go for paints? If you're across the pond, go for Pro Acryl. Pro Acryl have what I can only classify as the best white and yellow I've ever used. I've avoided those colours because I don't like using them until I got the Pro Acryl ones. They were sent from across the pond last year as a Christmas gift from a friend of mine in South Carolina. And they are absolutely fucking fantastic. And you've got your mum into it as well. There goes any Christmas presents or anything you want. You won't spend all the money on Warhammer now, mate. That's it. Done. No point asking mum for money anymore. Mum's got no money. Mum's got a Warhammer army. But yeah. Pro Acryl. They are absolutely fantastic. I'd not used them before. Someone just sent me a few base colours, so I got a yellow, a red, a jade green, a white, and bronze. That's where my bronze is. Pro Acryl one. It's right at the back of my tray. Each one that I've used, I've liked, and when it came to the yellows and the yellow and the white, I was happily impressed. And as I said, I got sent it as a Christmas gift from somebody, so it's not even like this is a paid. They've sent me them to give us a good review. Nope. They had no correspondence with me whatsoever. If they want to, and they want to send me more paints to review, I'm more than happy to. But yeah, that was a completely unbiased opinion. I just like them. Or at least the ones that I've used. And having a metallic in there as well as the white, it was nice. Eldar can be expensive, because of numbers, especially if you run Guardians and go for like big infantry blobs. But if you decide to run or something, no, sod it. I'm going Wraiths. Wraith Guard, Wraith Lords, Wraith Knights, and a couple of Seers. I'm just going to go that method, and then it becomes a bit cheaper and easier to field armies. That's why I've primarily gone for Wraiths and Bikes. Wraiths just to bulk out the sheer volume of stuff. And then the Bikes just to give me nice quick maneuverable things. Oh, I can't even see around here now. Oh, that's different than if she's going with the books, get her whatever character like she likes, and obviously if she's not interested in the painting, then you can go, I'll leave the painting for you. Out of my bloody microphone and my head. And I have a metal microphone, so yes, that hurt a little bit. Now I'm hoping this works. I won't know for sure until it's actually finished and dried. I can't see very well along this section. So this part may take a second going over when I can see better. But it should be a bright ow again. It's right there. It's right there. So bang my head on it when I actually had to do something over my desk. So I am sorry for those thuds and kabooms and kabangs. There we go. So now I get to let that dry. Actually, no, I don't get to let that dry, do I? I now have to stand it up. Yeah, no, I'm fine, mate. No sense, no feeling. Banging my head's quite a common occurrence for me. I have a thick skull. I actually have two lumps. Basically, my skull's got two horns, and my head's designed for hitting things. So I'm fine. I am. And as you say, no sense, no feeling. Right, let's move the light a minute. Right into my bloody face, and hopefully not shining right at you, so I can have a look, skis, where I want to put these grass tufts, both on the top and on the bottom, to try and look like mossy things are growing out. So we'll get a bit there, and we'll have one sticking out there, and we'll have one coming out of there. And then I'll have another one there just to help butt that out. Then we'll put another cup. I'll put a couple on this side. And I want some more around the top though, because we want it to be growing out of the rock. We can put it in odd places, which is fun. some place we want nice clusters of it though, so there's a fair bit of it. There we go. There we go, we're getting there. A couple of ones over here. Around the back. Thank you. That's one of the things I was worried about, was the blending. And how the greens were going to go. I'm using quite a lot of tufts here though. It's not a bad thing, but I didn't quite expect to use this much. I need to save some to go around this section, but I could still do with a few coming out from under awkward places under here. Just to fill some gaps in and make it a little more interesting. That's what I was like. Another one down, stuck in there. That leaves me with about 10. I bet I'll leave them for the next one. Oh, the flooring's gone on this thing. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4 different floorings on this thing. No, 5 different floorings on this thing. And every character has a place to go on the diorama, so the bases match the floor. It is a nightmare. So now we have some grassy tufts. This is a diorama for D&D characters, and I'm mainly going to be running it on Discord when I finally get it up and running, because obviously I've still got to do character sheets and stuff yet. So this is where I essentially house the models while they're not being used. So it's quite as... Let's see if I can move it around a bit. So yeah, this is where I house the models when they're not being used. And at the end here is essentially a made-up portal. They get messages in a bottle that come through the portal, and then whoever's playing on Discord chooses which characters they wish to use, and they go through the portal to solve and complete the mission. Some of them may be ongoing, so they lead into the next ones, like a campaign, and some of them may be one-shots. But because there's so many characters, people can choose different ones each time. That's the idea behind it. If it ever comes to fruition, excellent. If it doesn't, then I have an awesome little diorama that will fit perfectly into a little square section of my TV stand, and it'll just sit in there as a diorama if need be. But I'm working on the small brown section at the moment, so I've got to base this little fella, who is the little toadstool familiar. In fact, I'm better off zooming in to get a good look at him, aren't I? You've got this little chap with bright green eyes, gold band which you can just see glaring, and then obviously his hat. Link the Discord. Is it? There should be one in the description. However, can I generate a new link just to throw in? I think I can. We are each other's top fans, Graham. I wish to create an invite order. Invite people. Copy. Now this is where it all goes horribly wrong, because I have to open up Discord and go looking in my own stream. My computer gets confused. I want the full one, because that is the one you are in. And I hope that Discord link works. If it doesn't, there should be one down in the description of the actual chat, the actual video. So yeah, that's him. But also tonight, along with doing the green section and the rock section and the grassy section, on that bit, I've also been painting the sheep war cleric, which I've still got browns to do. Yeah, I've still got browns to do on this guy, and then I can glue them both onto the bases. Alright. Oh no, I've still got to do. No, don't really need the blue highlight. Do I need the blue highlight? Yeah, I think I do need the blue highlight. Where's it gone? There it is. I don't like having to do some of the tiny highlights. Oh, that was a sheep. There is a goat. That's a paladin. Bigger horns, bigger curly horns. But yeah, there is a goat paladin with the big purple and gold shield. And then you've got within this world, or this magical little world that I've created, there are the two title characters, Sparkles and Oak, which is why this is called the magical world of Sparkles and Oak. They run the village. But there are 3 local, not so much police, but law enforcement officers. They're the ones who keep the peace should anything kick off and anyone have disgruntled and things happen within the diorama. This is one of them, which is the cleric. There is a paladin and there is a purple bunny barbarian. But every one of them has purple on them in some way, just to kind of link them together. Now, do I want to brown that, or do I just want to? Do I want to do something different and keep it as a black staff and a black shield? I'm going to keep it as a black staff and a black shield. And no, that's Dragonoff Nightshade. Where is Coelia Godshade? No, that's not Nile. That's Caliban Green. Coelia Greenshade. There we go. So I'm not going to paint the staff. I'm just going to tint the top of it with a wash. A technique I've currently taken to. The only way I can really say it, I've taken to just tinting things as opposed to fully painting them in some cases, especially when I want like energy effects. So it's still a black staff, but it'll just be tinted a slight green once that's dried. I didn't want to go with. I've got a metallic medium, but I didn't really want to go with that. So rather than doing that, I'll kind of leave the ivory dry brush underneath, and rather than actually painting it, yeah, just kind of tint it with the Coelia green shade. Now here's the difficult part. This is the bit where I've got to try and super glue onto a base. So let's grab let's zoom out so you can see this. So, yeah, please ignore that logo. Please don't buy from there. So, I have pre-made the bases so they can go on. And obviously you've got the characters that go on the wooden side as well, and then you've got the characters that go down at the bottom. But in this case I just need 2 of these bases to go on the top. There's the purple bunny barbarian. Let's zoom in on her. And in fact, can I find the paladin while I'm here? Let's find the paladin while I'm here, because that's all 3 of them there. That's the Lucario inspired one. Where's the paladin? Where's the paladin? Where's the paladin gone? Are you further down? No. There's Sparkles and there's Oak. There's Paladin. So yeah, we have the Goat Paladin, and so let's put them back in. Put them back in. Put them back in. Put that back in, which is the metallic B. Yeah, gently, very gently. It wouldn't be the first time I've knocked one of these off the base, including the little rabbit, which I've knocked off the base a couple of times. So yeah, you have the. So these are the law enforcement now. You have the Paladin Goat with the gold dead stare eyes. Nice red cape. You have little purple bunny barbarian. Obviously carrots in her hair and orange straps, and a nice axe of the purpley green stone like these mined there. And then finally we have the sheep cleric. Now I need somewhere to put super glue that isn't gonna go everywhere, and then I should be able to dip it in and glue it and stick it to the base. That's the idea. Anyway, whether or not my idea works is a different matter. Right, this is one that needs cleaning out, but by the looks of it has one clean-ish. But I could do with it being. In fact, hopefully the super glue is going to go there. Oh, you'd like my character then. Obviously, I've made a character for this, Jay. I'm going through. I'm painting all these. At least one of them has to be mine. Would you like to see my barbarian butterflies? My barbarian butterfly with a bonk stick. This is my character. This is a barbarian butterfly with a bonk stick. Holds it in two hands to class it as a one-handed weapon. Holding it one-handed. Obviously, butterfly's not that strong. Uses two hands instead of one. So, yeah. That is my barbarian butterfly with a bonk stick. But I fell in love with the character. I made the character. Then I realised I've just give a barbarian a fly speed. That perhaps wasn't my cleverest move. So if I'm not DMing, that'll be the character I choose to use. And that barbarian has a fly speed. And it is a mega bunk stick. It is mithril tipped, just ready to, obviously, one-handed. If they want to wield it dual-handed, they have to use all four arms. But yeah, a butterfly barbarian with a bunk stick just made me smile. So I thought, yes, gotta do it. Yeah, gotta clean this palette. Well, I do have a felt. See, that one gets cleaned more than that one. That one's usually just, I need a mass of one colour. So I use that. Problem is, the barbarian, the butterfly is the main character. She's got the gold. She's got the purple and green bumblebee as a familiar, or he has. Not decided. I know. No, I want it as a female. Sod it. I'm having it as a female. Can't remember what I've called her. Which doesn't help. No, it's got to be a bloke called Jeff. Jeff the Barbarian Butterfly. Just saying it sounds silly. It's just ludicrous. But let's get these two models glued onto the bases, and then I believe that is me done for the night. If I can get this to work. So, do I have to pierce open the glue again? Of course I have to pierce open the glue again. Why would I not have to pierce open the glue again? Ow. Yeah, Jeff the Barbarian Butterfly with the bong stick. We have a couple of oddly named characters in this one. We really do. We have some aptly named characters, but we have some seriously odd ones as well. But why is he called Jeff? Why not? Ah! Don't fall over. I need you to stand on said base. Because you have got to run around with somebody else, because you're a familiar who has yet to be named. Not yet named, but ready and based. Now for the big boy. Now you should be easier. You should just be able to go plonk and stand yourself up. See? That's a good one. So we wait for them to dry. We give them a quick test run by putting them on top of the diorama to make sure that they work. And they go roughly where they're supposed to. Both of these go on the ground floor. But you need to keep an eye on places. So this one goes up to the top. Now I think the paladin's called Nadal, if I remember rightly. Did we get a name for the barbarian bunny? Purple bunny barbarian. No, we still don't have a name for her yet. She's the we don't have a name for her yet. Oh, that's not a bad idea, actually. Apart from name, I've pretty much classed this, and it's very similar. Essentially, he doesn't have a bonus action, or basically he has movement and an action, well, a special action unique to him. So he has like a spore cloud, so he can run up and go poof, and kind of stun people. Quite a low DC, but yeah, he can stun people. But his bag is a bag of holding. So, yeah, he's quite a handy one to have around him. But no names for... Oh no, he's called Marty. He's Marty. He has got a name, so he's called Marty. So we have Marty. We don't have a name for this one yet, though. No name for this one. Which is glued on now. Excellent. That's what I was waiting for. Okay. Let's bring this back over and zoom back out. Yeah, just run up and boom! Just a little puff of spores and paralyze. It's the only thing you can do. It doesn't cause damage. It just paralyzes things. So obviously Marty sits there with him, and we have the goat guy, and as it should be, the bases blend in. And just to show that it does work, you get Nadal down there. That bit of grass has come off now, and I'm not happy about that. And then this one, and then they all go in their own little places. And then you've got all the ones with the wooden planks to go on there. There's there's total of 6 characters up on that one, and then obviously you can see all the cut out rings on here. And then there's one guy up here and about another 4 round here. And that's it. They're all done. Oh, and one little fire drake down there. So I just need to cut this out and trim this so I can make a roof structure and put a singular door a singular door here. So we have doorways going up, down, and all over the place. So it's nearly done. Got to sort the stonework out around the actual. Let's take these off so they don't fall. Don't be an idiot, lads. I still need to sort the actual 2 doorways. Yeah, so need to sort the 2 doorways. Need to sort the roof out for there. The drake is only little. The drake sits there and kind of melts this stuff, so that the Forged Domain Cleric can make weapons. The drake's only little. The drake is only little. The drake is... The rubble up top is actually a playmat from a Warhammer weekly magazine that Hachette Part works to. I looked at it and saw it and I thought, do you want to know something? That's just, if I just cut that out and glue it on, that'd be perfect. But that's a little drake. Zoom in. Zoom in, zoom in, zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. And then bring the... So yeah, that's the little drake that heats the fire stuff and melts all the rocks. And he works with the kind of purpley green, copperish, almost oxidized like Forged Domain Cleric. And they run the forge. And we've still not found a name for the bartender. Although we have narrowed it down to 2 names for the actual bar itself. That's the little metallic green and gold bumblebee that goes with the barbarian. Scary combination, I know. We have those are the lollipop stick layer ones. We still have some more of these to go. Oh, it was the Displacer kitty. That's the other one that went on. That goes on the same level as the. These 2. There's the other familiar, which is the Displacer kitty. Quite a few now I think about it, because we've got the 2 shark bouncers for the lizard wizard. We have Shamash, the Dragonborn Paladin. Then we're going to come down to the water level. You've got Gris, who's a very nice, cute little shark. Yeah, a Displacer beast, but a little mini kitty version. As a familiar. We have the Merchant Wave the Open Hand Monk, which is a red panda. Salamanders, sorceresses that use thunder as the main element. She's got a familiar though as well, which is this little chap. Do not worry about it, Jay. I'm used to delays and losing track of them. Right. However, Chester the Bard needs repairing because one of the antenna has come off, so I need to pick 2 new antenna so Chester can be finished properly. Then we have the character that my 2 eldest children designed for me, which is literally called D&D, Dave and David. Now they are 2 familiars. One's a sorcerer that can only communicate telepathically with his barbarian little owlbear friend. They only get one set of actions between them, so they could go all-out sorcerer actions, or all-out barbarian actions, or split between the two. But they're going to be an awkward character to play. Who else we got? Oh, we got the other Shark Bouncer because they're a pair of twins. We do have 2 sets of twins here. We have the Batman Rogue, who does actually. He's the only one that's been done for the other side at the moment. He's the one who sits right at the top on his own on the other side of the mountain. And we have the Ranger Fox, who also sits on the lollipop level. And we have the 2 title characters. Just because you've not seen. Just because I know it's been a while since I've got out, but we have Sparkles, which is the one with the golden staff, and Oak, which is the one with the completely natural staff. Sparkles being a cleric, and Oak being a druid. And they are the 2 title characters and rulers of the island. But they're 2 little turtle women, 2 little turtle girls, twins, one with purple and one with pink flowers. So there are, just to say, 1 or 2 characters. So if I zoom out there, yeah, there are 1 or 2 characters. I still have 3 more to go on this level. All the characters are anthropomorphic. Every single one. There is not a single human. Oh, who's this that I've missed? Oh, and I missed a spider. The spider familiar. That also goes on that level. So it should be 8, 2, 4, 6. Yeah, the 8 that go on the lollipop level. Then the 4 that go on the other side, which I've not even primed or anything yet. We've got a quick draw crow, or raven, or basically Kenku of some kind. The story is, yeah, it's just all completely. Most of it comes from my head, with input from people like you, Jay. Anyone, people in the chat and people who come to watch, more than happy to take suggestions for names and classes and backgrounds and things like that for these characters. So yeah, Kenku, I think he's going to end up being another bad. He does have a guitar on his back, but Kenku, which looks like he's got pistols. So I'm not quite sure how I'm going to wrap that into the story. We have another little monster beast thing to be a familiar for the bad guys. I've been zooming again because I've forgotten that these don't like being so far out. So I've got another little familiar which I'm not sure what to do with yet. I essentially have a critter familiar. It is a critter. I don't care what anyone else says. That's a critter. So he's going to be another one of the not lawful familiars. And the final one, which is the dual-wielding assassin Emperor Penguin. I think it's an Emperor Penguin. I'll check with my eldest. She's a bit of a penguin connoisseur. She likes the penguins. And that's going to be a assassin penguin. And that'll be all of them. That'll be the entire model collection done then. So yeah. Wait a minute, I need 3 more for that level. I'm missing some. If I need 3 more for that level and I need 4 for there, where have I gone wrong? Oh! There are some more in that little tub over there. I remember that. The ones that are primed, ready to go on the other 3 bases, are already primed and in the tub over there. I scared myself then. I thought I'd lost models. So let's go put all these back in this little tub, in this box, so they're nicely put away and not getting broken whenever I move the diorama. Because the diorama's still going to take a long while yet. I've got to do a lot of staining and just general work on it. It's going to take a while. But let's get the rest of these in. Don't fall over. Especially you, Mr. Oh, and I forgot, I've also got the turtle. I forgot about this one. The yellow turtle. Which, again, has no class or name at the moment. And as I'm not afraid to use bonk sticks as opposed to wands, obviously the wizard lizard is nice and metallic blue. And if anyone has noticed, yes, this is very much inspired by Lucario's both standard and shiny colours. So I get to put those 2 in here now as well, the 2 that I did tonight. Excellent. So in you go. And off you pop. So the next 3 that I'm going to have to paint. I've not played Power World yet, actually. I could do with playing Power World. It does look good, but I've got a feeling he's going to just draw me in, and you're never going to see me again. Just remembering where the other models were that have to go on these bases. So the last 3 to go on these bases are: we have the wise old owl, who has a sword, so he's going to be some kind of melee fighter, but he will have a fly speed with him being an owl. So there's 1 to go on there. We have what is quite obviously some kind of monk, either otter or lizard. I'm not sure which yet. It is smoking a pipe. He does have a very nice pole, and he is stood on a tactical rock. So he's got to go on there. And this is, even though I chose the barbarian as my character, this is my favourite model because she is absolutely brilliant. She is a bard with a dual fret guitar, playing it with her tongue. And she is also going to be going on that level as well. So those have been the 3 that I'll probably start working on over the next week or 2. Coming up, leading up towards Christmas. Which will leave me with just the evil side. Well, not the evil side, but the unlawful side to go after Christmas. And I'm hoping I've not gone over time scale with this, because it has taken absolutely forever. But I'm going to call it... Oh, I've gone over 3 hours. Oh. I don't normally go this long. But thank you, Jay. Again, thank you for coming in and spending the last of this time talking with me. Thank you, because your time is the most precious thing that you have, and very much appreciate it. As well as everybody else who's been in tonight. Please don't just think that I just throw it to the person that I'm talking to at the time. All of you who come to watch, all of you who come to chat, it's really appreciated for me to get through this. Calling it quits here for tonight, because it's now it's getting on to 1 o'clock in the morning for me. So please, yes, everybody have a great night, have a wonderful evening. If you've still got time to go, I hope you have plenty of fun with the kids and whatever else you've got planned for tonight. I will see you all on Monday, which will be 40k day. Monday I am still working on... What am I working on Monday? The Exodite Fire Prism Triceratops. That's what I'm working on Monday. That's going to confuse people. This thing, my Exodite Triceratops Fire Prism tank. That's what I'm working on Monday. So that's going to be alright. So please have a good night, everyone. Drive safe.